Morning. So I think we're on day 20 now, and got a late start today, but I didn't feel right until I got into the Word, and so it's 11 o'clock, I just ate breakfast and I just got into the Word. Read Jeremiah chapter 32. And boy, that was a long chapter. Um, I had to rely heavily on the commentary for it, just because I couldn't grasp it all at once, but it starts off him just saying he's gonna restore Israel eventually. He's given this message: you've been punished and you're still like getting taken away, but don't remember that I will restore you. And he says the restoration is going to be so great that all the other nations are going to see how God restored them, and they're going to take heart, and it's going to count to God's glory, and it's probably going to bring people into God's family. It's going to draw people in. That's pretty powerful right there. Just knowing that sometimes, God's waiting for the chance to have more glory, and I'm okay with that. If we have to suffer a little bit longer just to save more people, I think it's a good thing. And then the rest of the chapter, Jeremiah, he questions God a little bit. He says, well, God tells him to go buy some land. I think the Chaldeans owned the land, but it's on like the edge of Israel, and Jeremiah says, God, why am I buying this land? And God kind of answers him. First he says, aren't I like the most powerful God? Like, I'm powerful, just let me, just do what I tell you. He says in verse 27, behold, I am the Lord, the God of all flesh. Is there anything too hard for me? I can turn this around for you, even if it's on fire, I can turn it around for you. And then he outlines his whole plan of restoration to Jeremiah. He's like, yeah, terrible things are going to happen. Like Judah or Israel, they deserve even more punishment because of what they've done. But I'm going to make it so that this land will eventually come back to them, and I'm going to draw all my children together again. And the fact that you own this land is kind of like that beacon of hope. Like, don't forget, I will restore because, I told you to buy land. Have faith that this land is going to get turned around. I think that's God showing his people that they can have hope. That's really what God is for us. He's our hope. What I get out of this is to not have hope in other powers. I'm not putting my hope in the government. I'm not putting my hope in my parents, I guess, or some kind of bailout. My hope is in God, and in situations when I have no hope, I can just turn to God and understand that it's all for his will, and he knows what's best for me. So just look to him for that.